Hello students, in previous part we have discussed about some prefix or halogen. In this part we will discuss on functional group. What do you mean by functional groups? In previous part we have discussed about heteroatoms. There are some elements which replace one by one hydrogen atoms from hydrocarbon compound. Now in this part, firstly we discussed on functional group. What do you mean by functional group? Functional group is functional groups are a particular grouping of components. Particular grouping of components in which distinctive chemical reaction in a molecules are countable. फंक्शनल ग्रुप क्या होता है बेटा? एक ऐसा ग्रुप, पार्टिकुलर ग्रुपिंग कंपोनेंट्स का जिसके अंदर केमिकल रिएक्शन डिस्टिंक्टिवली साफ हो, उस केमिकल रिएक्शन के अंदर मॉलिक्यूल्स को काउंट किया जाए. दोज आर कॉल्ड functional group, or we can say that a group of atoms and molecules of a carbon which has its own resemblance in a chemical reaction, that is called functional group. Types of functional group. Types of functional group. There are four types of functional group. How these functional group are attached with the hydrocarbon compounds? First one is alcoholic functional group. Second is aldehyde functional group. Third one is ketone, and fourth one is carboxylic functional group. So we can say that there are four types of functional group according to the 10th class level. First one is alcoholic, the compound of carbons in which the OH is present. OH, the hydrocarbon compound contain, then that functional group is alcoholic. And the hydrocarbon compounds in which last CHO is attached. You can see that CH and OH, same this one line. We can write it same this one or this one. Means, or you can see that CHO. The hydrocarbon compound in which CHO is contained, that functional group is aldehyde. And the ketone, the hydrocarbon compound in which ketone means C bonded with oxygen, two covalent bond, or we can say double covalent bond, or CO. We can write it CO. That is called ketone functional group. And carboxylic functional group is the hydrocarbon compound in which carbon is attached with COH with O, or you can write it COOH. If this is the symptom, or if this is the hydrocarbon compound attached with COOH, that functional group is carboxylic. CO ketone, CHO aldehyde, OH alcohol. These type of functional group are known, or we can pronounce by this functional group by the different suffix. Means when hydrocarbon compounds are attached such like of functional group, the last or suffix pronunciation is all. The last sound is all. If aldehyde, the last sound is al, AL. And if it is ketone, then we can write it on. The last pronunciation is on, or we can say the suffix is on. Same carboxylic, then its suffix is oic. So on the name of on, alcohol, aldehyde, ketone, on group, and carboxylic, oic. Suppose we have to draw a chemical formula of pentanoic. How we can draw pentanoic? What is pentanoic? There are three sounds. How we can draw the chemical formula pentanoic? It is made up of pent plus में ane plus oic. Pent, the hydrocarbon compound in which carbon 5 molecules present. Ane, alkane, number of carbon present 5, then the hydrogen will make double plus 2, 12. Oic, and oic present और उसमें क्या होगा? COOH. It means it contains COOH. But you have to listen one thing more. It contains C5 and C1, C6. But the carbon compound in which carbon number 6 contains, that is hexane. So how we can draw the chemical formula of pentanoic? First of all, we'll discuss all the functional group are attached with the ane group. Means alkane, not ene, alkene or alkyne. Then how we can draw? We can take the 5 molecule of carbon. Carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Secondly, we know that all the hydrocarbon compounds are alkane. It means all carbon and hydrogen are bonded with single bond. So we can draw 1, 1, all this one line structure. But we can see that carboxylic group, it is attached at the final C. This C is attached with one side with OH. How OH single bond? Oxygen need 2 electrons. 1 electron taken from the hydrogen. It remains 1 electron. So it bonded with 1. And it contains O. Why O? Oxygen at number 8. It contains 6 valence electron. To verify, to saturate itself, it takes 2 electron one side. So this is the chemical formula of pentanoic. All functional group except then ketone are attached at the last side, last end. But ketone is attached not initial or neither initial nor last point. It may be attached middle of the carbon compounds. How we can draw? Again, listen. We have methane. Methane, meth plus ane. Meth, carbon is 1 molecule. Ane, carbon 1 तो hydrogen कितने होंगे? Double, 2 plus 2, 4. And we know that if we want to methanol, what is methanol? Meth plus में ane plus O. Meth C. ane H4 और ऑल के लिए क्या आता है? OH. इस O को 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन और चाहिए. क्यों चाहिए? इसने 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन तो इस H से ले लिया, एक और लेगा तो यहां से क्या करेगा? एक हाइड्रोजन को रिप्लेस कर देगा. तो इट रिमेन्स CH3OH. दिस इज द केमिकल फॉर्मूला ऑफ methanol. Same as we can draw the formula of aldehyde group. Propanoid or propanol, sorry, propanol. Prop C3, 1, 2 and 3. Ane, all are single bonded. Firstly, this one. And we know that in aldehyde, the last symbol is CHO. It means last carbon attached with one side with H and other side with O. H, it means this one. O, if we bonded O with this C, we know that oxygen need 2 electrons. So 1 hydrogen is replaced here and attached this one side. So we can write it CH3 क्योंकि H यहाँ पे कितने हैं? 3. इस C के साथ H कितने हैं? 3. सिंगल बॉन्ड. C के साथ H कितने हैं? 2. CH2 and last one is CHO. CHO. And we know that the hydrocarbon compound in which last CHO contain, that is the aldehyde. Clear? Suppose we again draw a chemical formula of butanol. What is butanol? Butanol on group. In this, one carbon attached one side with a two double covalent bond with oxygen. But carbon number 4. And we have already discussed all the functional group are attached with alkane. So we will draw 4 carbon atoms, 4 carbon molecules, such like. One side the C is attached with the oxygen, but ketone is neither attached at the initial C or nor last. It is attached one side middle. It means from here. This C remains 3 side open, H3. This C, H. This 4 sided bonded. There is no need of any hydrogen, and this one contain 3. If we draw the chemical formula, this C is bonded with 3 hydrogen, so we can write it CH3. This C 2 CH2, then this one C double bonded O, and this one CH3. This is the chemical formula of butanol. Is that clear? Again, draw one more chemical compound of this functional group, such like as propanoic. What is propanoic? How we can draw the chemical formula of propanoic? Propanoic. Prop, carbon number 3. There are 3 carbon molecules. Oic, लास्ट में ओइक के लिए क्या होना चाहिए? लास्ट सी किससे अटैच हो? वन साइड तो O से और एक साइड OH से. ये तो 4 से अटैच होगी. अब ये सी कितनी तरफ से फ्री है? 3 से. 3 साइड H. दिस सी 2 साइड. केमिकल फॉर्मूला क्या बनेगा इसका? ये सी कितने से अटैच है? CH3 सिंगल बॉन्ड. ये सी 2 से क्या लिख सकते हैं इसको? CH2. और ये सी COOH लिख सकते हैं. COOH. यू कैन राइट इट दिस वन साइड और दिस वन आल्सो. CH3 CH2 C double bond O with single bond OH. Both type of chemical formula we can draw the propanoic. Clear? This is the functional group. And how many types of functional group? There are 4 mainly according to the 10th class. Alcoholic, aldehyde, ketone and propanoic. If a hydrocarbon compound at last it contains OH, then that is a functional group alcoholic, and the suffix is or. And the hydrocarbon compound in which last carbon is attached with OH means COH and it forms CHO. The functional group is aldehyde and its suffix is al. Same, the hydrocarbon compound in which one C neither initially nor finally or last. Middle C is attached one side with a double covalent bond with oxygen. This is called ketone function group and its suffix is on. It means the last pronunciation will occur on. Ketone, propanone, butanone, pentanone, ethanone. This is the, or not ethanone, propanone, butanone, pentanone, hexanone. And carboxylic functional group, the functional group in which hydrocarbon compound, the last C is attached one side with the OH single covalent bond and other side with a double hydrogen covalent bond, covalent bond with oxygen. It means C double OH. Then that is called carboxylic functional group and its pronunciation is oic, ethanoic, propanoic, methanoic and butanoic, pentanoic. Such like this one. Clear? In next part we will discuss about nomenclature and as well as homologous series.